Alright, so I'm walking home in the rain at night in Vancouver, and I thought I'd try some here, so I'm trying to be more outgoing with my speech, I guess. So I think I'll talk about like a movie I like, a movie called Logan's Run, which I think is like one of my favorite movies of all time, and probably one of the best it's probably one of the best 70s sci-fi movies out there. The special effects on it are pretty good. A little bit dated, like just a little bit, but not much. It's not too dissimilar from the amazing practical effects of the 90s, if I remember right. Maybe it's just my nostalgia, rose-tinted glasses, but I've always really liked how the effects look in Logan's Run. They're very stylized in that very 1970s way. That movie George Lucas made, THX 1138, I believe it's called. Maybe it's 1137, but I'm pretty sure it's 1138, but I could be wrong about that. But anyway, 70s sci-fi is something I'm very passionate about, and the movie I'm most passionate about from that area is Logan's Run. I really like the idea of 70s sci-fi is that they take these very high concept ideas, and what I mean is high concept ideas, not necessarily good ideas on their own, but ideas that really grab your attention and stuff, a society on Mars or something where everyone is a teenager or a young adult, and they're 20s basically, and then you take that high concept idea and expand on it, take it into really weird directions, for instance, what happens to the people when they're no longer in their 20s, basically. What happens when they grow up? Well, in Logan's Run, they die, they get killed, and how do they know who's old enough to be killed, basically? That Dan Ninen guy or whatever, he last time I looked at him, he looked pretty young, so he might be able to pass for being old enough to not be killed, I guess. So how do you tell? Well, you put a gem in their hands, right, in the palm of their hands, I believe, that if I remember right, it's it basically tells you when you're too old, I guess, and it broadcasts a signal or something to tell the people who the guys who get sent to kill well, they call them runners, because it's not entirely unfair society. The thing is that you can accept your fate and die in this thing called carousel, I believe, where there's this big ceremony where all the people get around, they all chant life day, renew, and it's that kind of cheese that I really love in that kind of sci-fi. Sorry, bus going by. It's that kind of cheese that I really love in that kind of sci-fi that I feel we just don't really get anymore. We just movies take themselves so seriously these days, because it feels directors are so insecure and self-conscious that they're afraid of doing something stupid for fear of being mocked, essentially. But in 70s sci-fi, the people were they were so confident, sometimes delusionally so, that they were able to that they were able to have kind of ideas that might sound a bit iffy, like if you describe them, like, you know, the gem in their hands and stuff like that, or the carousel, like, thing, or, you know, Charlton Heston being, like, really, really passionate about, you know, what he is talking about, you know, like, in I think, like, near the end where he goes, like, you don't have to die, you can live, and, like, yeah, like, those things are, if you do them, like, with a, if you come across as, you know, being, as not committing 100% to those things, not committing 100% to making sure those things, like, work, they can come across as, you know, really, really poorly, I guess. But because they show so much commitment to making these, like, ideas and performances, like these over-the-top performances, there's just so much commitment that you can't help but be invested in them, even though, you know, sometimes the effects and the locations look like really, really, well, not convincing. Again, it's the fact that, you know, that the performers, like, 100% commit to even the stupidest things that makes it work. And again, it's something that I find is well, missing from modern day movies, because, like, if Logan's Run was made today, the Life Day renew thing, you know, Life Day, renew, there'd be, like, you know, the main character wouldn't be, like, you know, like, well, the main character wouldn't, you know, like, commit to the world. Instead, he'd, like, you know, have, like, maybe the actor would be, like, 80% committed to, you know, the world, but, like, 20%, you know, there'd be, like, a wink, a thing in their eyes going, like, you know, I'm not 100% taking it seriously. Maybe, like, a little head shake, like, you know, and then maybe a quip about how stupid it is. But the thing is, those quips about, like, going, like, oh, this is so stupid, or I know this trope, or whatever, they take you out of the movie. And again, 70s sci-fi, it doesn't do that. And that's what I like about it. It's why I'm passionate about it, because I can tell that the people who are making these 70s sci-fi movies are just as passionate about those movies that they're making as I am about the world they've created in the movies. And I think the closest thing we have to that these days is actually probably the Snyder cuts of, you know, Batman v Superman and Justice League, like the Snyder Cut of Justice League, the 4-hour epics that take themselves really seriously and, like, expect you to as well. Anyway, I definitely recommend watching Logan's Run if you ever get the chance. It's a really good movie, one of my favorites, and I hope that this video is, like, appealing to you in some way. Maybe I'll make more of them. I don't know. Yeah. Alright, turning off the camera now.